or full scale. You have a fascinating face. You've got the greatest cheekbones I've ever seen.
Or what?
I have little brushes.
No, what? Like watercolor?
I'm always stealing the, watercolor.
Oh,
I'm always
wow.
stealing the ashtrays and hand towels in the rooms.
Okay, stand by, James rolling.
Heaven knows what a person must think coming through later. Okay.
On your
All
right,
right.
go ahead.
Well, we're talking about Switch, and Jimmy Smits, you're one of the more normal people in this gallery of grotesques, it would seem. Did you feel like a kind of a pivot that everybody can kind of circle around? You're relatively sane.
Well, he's relatively sane. I mean, he's got male-female perception problems too, but the character is definitely one of the anchors that Ellen's character has to continually turn to during the film.
I think it makes you maybe the ideal spokesperson for many of us who wonder, as we watch Ellen and her struggles, as guys, do we kind of maybe appreciate what she's going through? I mean, her ability to lash out, her ability to look uncomfortable at things that are awkward, like the high heels. I mean, a man can understand that too, right?
I think I'd have problem with high heels.
But I mean, as men, don't we kind of appreciate her impatience with those things?
Well, I hope what happens during the watching of the course of the film is that people become more, people acknowledge that male-female perceptions or the way we deal with each other are sometimes not in the best regards.
We want to think we're okay about
we
all
really
this.
do that. I don't know if that's right.
Do you think that in her actions as a man, though, that maybe she's in a way typifying, and maybe a new kind of woman that's on the scene, a woman who is impatient with a lot of the things that she's been accustomed to all these years?
I haven't thought about that, but that's a good point.
I don't mean to call her a masculine kind of woman, but a woman that maybe is a little tired of some of the high heel standards and all of that.
She certainly does get to speak up for what she feels and believes in. So.
Any speculations if this thing had been turned on its head and it had been maybe a woman's sensibility in a man's body? Was that a role you might like to take on?
I don't know.
Blake Edwards is very much into this whole gender confusion in all of his films. Did he have much to say on the set about the dynamics?
I think you're right about that. That it is a kind of recurring theme that comes up,
mm-hmm.
And he's very in tune with the bad and the good of what the perceptions and preconceived notions are in terms of those relationships. But
does he talk about that sort of thing much with you in story conferences or in rehearsals?
Not so much about what his feelings are, but how it relates to the scene. Yeah.
Now, people see you, I'm sure, as a kind of a very substantial male role model. Okay. But as a man, do you think that you can speak for a lot of us that maybe can feel the same kinds of confusions that Ellen Barkin's character feels? I mean, we're not so assured in our masculinity necessarily day to day, are we?
Yeah, no, we're not. But for the most part, we're taught to, contain and not be so showing of our feelings and stuff like that.
But have you ever had an experience where a woman has told you that, so you open up and you still get shot down?
Yeah, that's happened, but it's also happened the other way when I've opened up and it's been really wonderful. So.
Tell me about life now in the movies and on TV. How's the scheduling? What's the balancing and priorities that you're doing now?
The scheduling has been okay. I mean, I haven't had a vacation in 4 years, but so I owe myself one coming up soon. But during the hiatus periods of the television show, I've been doing film projects, and the past couple of years they've let me go out to do movies while I was doing the show.
Explain how that shakes down. What are the periods of time that you know you're going to be free, and then how do you schedule into that?
Well, the television show shoots about 9 or 10 months out of the year. So at a certain point, you're already, if you want to, thinking about what you want to fit in during your hiatus period, which would be your vacation, technically.
Yeah.
But, of course, you want to keep doing different things and working. And
I'm curious to ask you about somebody that I've always thought of in connection with you, which is Anthony Quinn. Anthony Quinn, years ago, had the ability to play roles of almost the most numerous kind of diverse ethnic variety you could imagine, and you can do that too, can't
Well,
you?
thank you. That's a
It's
really
not a-
high compliment, and it's a good company to be in, and it is something that I consciously think about in terms of when I look at different projects.
Because we're not in a world where a Hispanic can only play an Hispanic, or an Indian can only play an Indian. I mean, you could be a
I
German
hope-
general, you could be...
I hope not.
Yeah,
I
do you
hope
like
not.
that? Have you had those kinds of opportunities to portray a widely ranging ethnic variety?
Well, I think that you know in this film that it speaks to that in a good way, because on paper this didn't read as it was a Hispanic character. It's not. It was Walter Stone. You know.
If I have just enough time, I'd
You
like
can go. You can
very,
go.
very quickly compare this with something like The Believers, where it's a very dark-edged kind of role, almost scruffy. And here you're buttoned down. Is that almost the parameters that you would like to keep going from project to project?
Well, actors that I have admired in terms of what their career, what's important to me is the long haul and longevity and versatility. That's what's important in terms of being able to concentrate and hone on your craft and do different things.
Those are switches of their own, aren't
Yeah.
they? Jimmy
Pleasure.
Smits.
Thank you, Mr.
We are
Tibbetts.
talking about Switch from Los Angeles. I'm John Tibbetts for KCTV5.
Thanks, John.
Good, thank you.
And that's great. Thank you.
Oh,
God.
well, it's my pleasure. Maybe if we ever meet again on one of these, if you want, I can just do one and just let you have it or something.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Good to meet you, John. God